morning. I'm Gabe.
And I'm Meg.
Now, if you saw our last episode, you see that we sweated our way through the city here of Naples here in Italy.
Today is our second full day in Naples, and we're going to start out by heading to the train and checking out the Spanish Quarter.
You trying to get a promo, Megan?
No, I don't even usually drink Coke, but this just sounded so refreshing. I'm still a little sleepy, so the caffeine and the bubbles are helping a lot.
Sounds like you want a promo.
Alright, you can't tell from the facade behind me, but we are about to step into one of the most beautiful spots along Via Toledo, Galleria Umberto. It was built between 1887 and 1890, right before World War I, during a reconstruction period here in Italy. Let's go check it out.
In the secret Italian jewel, never been heard of outside of Naples. I think it's pronounced McDonald's or McDonald's, not 100% sure.
McDonald's.
Wow, so obscure. All right, darling, what's next?
Just trying to figure out exactly where we are, because you can tell it's a very historic place. This building right here in front of the fountain is a historic opera house, and then this one here in like the gray and tan color, I believe is the Royal Palace. And they have a little square in front, so we should go walk over there.
Very Italian scene right here. Very Italian scene. All right, this is the trial of the century.
We're climbing uphill in direct sunlight in Naples.
It is the arduous walk, and when this is the road, this is the route that's going to take us to the underground caverns under this ancient historic city.
Yes, they call it Napoli Sotterranea.
So we thought we were on a guided tour, and then we just show up and pay 20, I think it was 20 euros total. And then this old guy just goes, let's go underground, and just ushers us down this little tunnel, and we're completely unaccompanied. And I have no idea what is going on. But I like it. This is good. Old Roman heads.
We did book a tour.
Old Roman heads.
Let's go underground.
Let's go underground. Not really sure what to expect. But another cool artifact.
Oh, it's right here.
Up here. Another cool artifact right here. Very cool. It says Capella. It's probably a chapel. It says Capella on it. A little dark. Yep, that's the Nightmare Place. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that.
You can see a very pretty girl from 1930s, 1940s. Look at the fur. Look at the typical hairstyle from the 30s and 40s.
All right, just in case you didn't hear that, this was a bunker used during World War II. People who were being bombed up on the ground level had to come down here and live here for months at a time. The tour guide actually showed us some of the old graffiti from the 40s. I mean, it's so well etched, you can still see it. Of course, Megan fits easily.
Oh my god.
You know what? This is not as bad as Turkey, though. It is not as bad as Turkey.
You can only fit 1 foot in at a time.
It's like they stuff you with pizza, right? And then you eat gelato, right? And then you eat pizza and pasta again, and then you have to come down here. Okay, muy bien.
Oh, here we go. Okay,
Now,
not
this
as
one's a little
narrow.
better. This one's a little better. It's a little shorter, but it's a little wider, I think. Megan, this would be for an interesting Airbnb, huh? Can you imagine? Check out them toilets.
Now, especially in the Spanish Quarter, because it was crowded yet small, size-wise. And we can still see 3 wells.
Interesting graffiti. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hitler in the middle. Hirohito from Japan on the left, and on the right, can you guess it? Mussolini with a giant nose.
And aside from all the historical and visual interest, it's very cool down here, so it's a lovely break from being outside.
Can we stay in here till the sun sets? A few more hours?
Please. I see the end. It's coming.
So you might know that Italy was allied with the fascists during World War II, so this area was destroyed on the ground level. People came down here to live, they were packed in close together, and behind me you can see some of the things that remained from those people who had to live down here.
Ready to go up?
Oh god, I think that's our only option. So we're just walking to this very special restaurant that we want to show you guys. I mean, we've been planning this one, and I just happened upon this place called Piazza San Martin. Look at this place. I want to say, like, the attention to detail in public art and the attention to public space here, it's beautiful. It's very inviting. It creates a kind of continuity in the city that makes it a more rich place, I would say.
It really does. And it's so easy to travel in Naples because I feel like you can come in here with no plans and just wander around and just stumble upon so many amazing, beautiful, historic things.
Like I said, we're gonna be going to a very special restaurant tonight. Thing is, doesn't open until 7:15, which seems really late, but I guess people eat later here. We found this place on the way to the restaurant to kill some time, and I don't know if you know this, I'm a huge seafood fan. Megan's vegetarian, she doesn't eat seafood, but I really, really needed to try some famous Neapolitan seafood, the freshest of the fresh. So I got some raw cuts, they're about to show up. I'm salivating just thinking of it. Oh my god, guys, it is here. This is like the ultimate fanciest little thing I could have bought myself, but you're only in Naples once, you know. So I got myself a tuna tartare, and guess what? It comes with some little flowers on it, and some little Parmesan, or some Reggiano, I believe, on it, some cheese on it. Looks like it's drizzled with olive oil, and I'm just gonna have a bite because it's begging to be eaten. Check out this fishy goodness. Ready? Oh boy. It's like, it like downs itself, you know, like you don't have to actively eat it. It like falls apart in your mouth, a little bit of cheese on it to give it that tiny kick, and the fish is just so fresh, right temperature, it has that oily consistency on it. I mean, if you gotta wait 30 minutes for your restaurant to open, you may as well, you know what I mean, right? Come on. We have made it. We've been walking for a while, we had a delicious fishy pit stop. We've made it to Umberto.
On this adorable little street.
It's just so quaint. This place apparently has some of the best, most authentic Neapolitan food. I finally got that right. Neapolitan food in Naples. And I know everybody says, oh, we have the best. I don't know. We will see. But I'm feeling positive, guys. Check out this delicious looking restaurant, Umberto, here in Naples. What did you get, Megan?
The food has arrived. I got a handmade gnocchi, and it has green peppers and tomato sauce and some local cheeses. Very excited. We also got a plate of vegetables to share. They're all locally grown veggies. Got some eggplant, zucchini, carrots, all the good stuff. Giant leaves of basil on everything. And Gabe got a very special looking risotto. Hi. Are we ready to eat?
Yeah, babe. Give it a taste test.
Okay.
Go, chef, go!
Alright. Gnocchi, tomato, and cheese. It's so soft. wouldn't even know that the gnocchi is made out of potatoes because it's softer than any potato I've ever had. And one of the cheeses in there is smoked, so it has like this slight meaty taste to it. I like it.
Okay, so I got my risotto. I'm so ready to give it a try. And it just looks so thick here. There's something about that rice. It's like rice on steroids because each rice grain is giant. It's just absorbed all of that delicious seafood taste. It's like the sauce is like a puree almost of seafood flavors. There's a lot going on in here. I'm very happy to have this. Guys, talk about a meal. That was incredible. So we have wrapped up our day in the Spanish Quarter here in Naples. And the nice thing about traveling, I guess the funny thing about traveling, is when you go from a fancy restaurant to a bus. So we're going to be going to find the
We're going to
bus.
be taking a long bus ride back to our hotel.
You gotta
We're
save-
nowhere near it.
You gotta save somewhere, guys. All right, so we're going to the bus, and tomorrow, where are we going, baby?
We're going to Pompei and Mount Vesuvius.
So we're a little bit unsure how Mount Vesuvius is going to work tomorrow. The one thing I am sure about is that we'll be sweating a lot on camera. Maybe heat stroke. I don't know. Let's see. All right, train is here. A lot of people, so you can feel the agitation already. Let's try to grab a seat here. Following Megan. She's the train lady. She takes the train all the time in Chicago. She knows what's up. Right here. All right. Welcome to the ancient city of Pompei. All right, we are descending down into the ancient city of Pompei. As you might know, this city back in 79 AD was completely preserved in time because of a huge volcanic explosion from Mount Vesuvius right up the hill.
And the people had no idea that it was coming, so it really stopped everyone in their tracks.
So behind me you can see the main forum of the city. And like many ancient Roman cities, the forum was used as the center of life in town. Here you would find temples, shops, you would find people selling things. This is where all the life of Pompeii was, before that fateful day when Vesuvius ended everything for the people who lived here.
You could have just bought a hat.
No, this is way cooler than that. What are you talking about? It's something they don't tell you. Pompeii is quite hard to navigate. And we were a little cheap, we didn't get a tour. So we're just kind of figuring it out.
It's a little confusing. Of course, everything's in Italian and the signs aren't very clear, and there's only a few signs that we've come across so far dictating which direction you should go to see something.
I gotta have a word with our dude, Rick Steves. I think your tour's out of date, man. You gotta update that
think
stuff. Put it on
so.
Google Maps, man. Here we are, sweating trying to look at a piece of paper. Hi, Rick Steves. You'll get us next time, though.
But we're gonna keep checking. This place is huge, so we will stumble across something.
It is literally a city. Alright, so you guys can see that I'm sitting on this very, very hot stone. Ow, my butt cheeks hurt. Okay, this stone over here was used to show that this was a one-way street, right? Because if you were going on a carriage, the wheels could only go on either side. However, if you see two of these, they'd show a two-way street, and three of them would show a major thoroughfare. I mean, this was a bustling city with 20,000 people in it. We've just stumbled upon the first fully preserved bodies here in Pompeii. And the way it worked was that after the explosion, after the eruption, everyone's skeletons were kind of frozen in place. Later on, archaeologists came and they filled them up with plaster, so the bodies are perfectly preserved. You can see facial expressions, hands, arms, and legs.
It's really chilling to see these bodies. You can tell that they did not expect the eruption to happen so suddenly, so a lot of them are still in this position of shock. And just, you can see the feeling on some of the way they're posed, that they didn't expect this to happen and that they realized there was nothing they could do.
We have now entered the complex, the large house of the surgeon. So this is where Pompeians would come for their very, very painful, I'm assuming, very unsanitary, scary surgery. This is the scary surgery house. Here we are.
A lot of death.
Yeah, well, the whole place kind of died, so there you go.
Right.
After a little bit of wandering, we have found Villa del Misteri.
Villa of Mystery.
The thing about this place is that if you didn't really look into it, you might miss it. It's all the way in the far out corner of the whole complex. I'm sure a lot of people don't make it out here. Secretly, we were just looking for the bathroom. Hey, we bumped into it. But the cool thing about Villa del Misteri is it has some of the best preserved frescoes in the whole complex.
Yeah, this is one of the villas that was surrounding the town of Pompei, and this is where they would also grow wine. Because they were on volcanic soil, they had really fertile soil, so they could grow grapes like crazy. So we're supposed to even be able to see a painting dedicated to the god Dionysus.
And lastly, in this place, you'll see some of those preserved bodies. One of them even has the skull popping out the top. Oof, a little freaky, but I like it. I'm interested. I kind of like the dark stuff a little bit. I don't know why.
Let's go.
Let's go. And let me just say, I'm super impressed by the floor. I mean, look how well preserved the floor is here. It's beautiful. It's just a gorgeous mosaic. Megan, you battling some ghosts there or something? What's going on, baby?
I was leaning against the barrier to look at the fresco, and there's hundreds of ants swarming it, and then I was just like, oh, what's that? Is that dust? And it started moving, and I'm like, oh my god, there's ants all over my legs.
And there's the angry little bronze man. Hey guy, how's it going over there? Maybe you guys can see that I'm actually walking on an elevated sidewalk, which for back in the day, for 400 years ago, was really big deal. And the reason that is because people would be riding their animals down the main street, which would leave poop everywhere. And this was a more sanitary way so that people could walk through the city without getting wet. And I just really love these mosaics. I mean, some of them are more abstract and some of them you can kind of see figures in. Really something that you can still see the old graffiti and writing on the wall. This one has a glass on it to preserve it, so you know that that's real. That is authentic. All right, so we've made it to the amphitheater. This has been an epic trek out here, which I guess is appropriate, you know, it's an epic. How you feeling, love?
Relieved. We're finally here.
That was a lot longer than we both thought.
Definitely on my last leg.
Last leg.
So fun.
Now, before heat stroke starts settling in, we are going to go. We need to rest for a second, and we're still going to try to make it to Mount Vesuvius, which probably sounds like a health hazard, but we're still going to do it anyway. And here's the view. We're not even at the top yet. You can see Naples and the Bay of Naples in the background. Unbelievable. All right, we just have a few hundred meters uphill through kind of like gravelly volcanic sand. Can't be that hard, right, Megan?
It's not as cold as I wanted it to be up here.
It's not like we've been sweating for 6 or 7 hours straight before coming here, right?
Yeah, and the sun's starting to go down, so it's right in your face.
He still said 20 minutes left.
Okay.
Hey, listen, if we can't make it, then we just turn around. We gotta try though.
Yeah.
Okay, we're this
Try
far.
my best, but it is kind of making me a little dizzy.
Yeah, I feel a headache coming. It's probably the altitude, you know?
Yeah, like such physical exertion all day long with the sweating, you know, and then trying to do this in the evening. Whew, it's wearing on me.
Who said vacations are for relaxing?
No, vacation is when we do our most extreme activities.
Unless you're sweating at least a gallon a day, it's not a vacation. Come on, you know this.
It's the only way you can eat all this food.
I mean, I know Italy's beautiful. I knew Italy was beautiful, but Jesus, really. And a huge lava field right in front of us.
It does smell nice up here.
All right, gift shop is a good sign right now. Gift shop is a good sign. So I see a sign that says Vesuvio altitude 1,170 meters. So that is where we're at. And it is scenic. It is scenic. No doubt. It is scenic.
I've never seen something like this in my whole life.
And that is the crater of Mount Vesuvius. So here's the really mind-blowing thing about the summit of Mount Vesuvius is that there are views on both sides. So if I turn around over here, behind me you'll see the towns of you'll see the city of Naples, you'll see Torre Greca, and you also see Pompei, the city where we just came from. We just do a 180, and you just see this giant pit, like it could be on a different planet. Like endless, and you could just not see the bottom of it almost. It's like you're on a little pathway in between two just giant fall-off points. Gives you a very interesting feeling. Good vantage point. The crazy thing is that we almost didn't come up here. Like, we were almost like, hey, you know, we did our Pompei thing, let's go back to the hotel. And we were this close to missing out on this experience.
Can you believe it? We could have missed this.
I mean,
is amazing.
When you really are somewhere and you only have the opportunity to do it, when you're there in that moment, just take the risk.
You gotta
do
do
it.
it.
You're gonna be sweaty, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, and you're gonna pay someone out of pocket, but it's so worth it in experience. The long road down to Pompei. And as with all things in life, what must come up must come down. And hopefully before 7 p.m. or else there will be some trouble. And very expensive trouble.
20 minutes to go.
But we can do it. Down is easier than up, that's for sure. Megan, what did you think about this place, sweetheart?
Oh my god, I'm so glad we did that. It was truly incredible, especially after going to Pompei and then coming up here and seeing the volcano like that destroyed the whole city.
It's really something to think that so much destruction and death can come from so much beauty, you know? It kind of puts you in awe, it humbles you a little bit.
And it is beautiful up here, my goodness, like the volcano itself is amazing, and there's all of these flowers and trees growing along the side of the volcano. It's stunning.
So you guys see we have now made it back to Naples. This is how full the train station is. This is definitely the most tired we've been the whole trip. Right now you are definitely seeing us at our most spent. That's a good thing when you're on the road. This is how you're supposed to feel when you're traveling.
Did not imagine Italy could be so exhausting.
Guys, we've traveled a lot, you know. We've been around many countries, and This has been a little more exerting than maybe I anticipated, but that's a good thing. I'm not complaining. We're gonna go grab some dinner. We're gonna go back to the hotel room and recharge. And we just want to say goodnight. Thanks for watching our channel. If you like our content, be sure to click that red subscribe button below. Just making sure I wasn't stepping on poop, that's all. And not gonna
And
buy
leave a
motorcycle.
comment below.
Leave
Tell us what you think.
Leave a comment below. What do you think of our trips in Italy? Is there something that we're missing out on? I mean, like, what do you want to see from us in terms of content? All right, checking out. See you
in the
later.
next one.